What is up, bros? Josh here. In today's video, yes, we're going over another Russian DD, and I have been playing this line on my alt account, the Josh Day 1 account. We're doing our Road to Tier 10 series. I'll put a link down below if you guys want to check that out. A couple days ago, we just made a video over the Podolsky, the Tier 5, and this line has been a blast. I hadn't really played this line in a long time. In our Road to Tier 10 series, we go down every line of World of Warships from the lowest tier all the way to the highest tier, and the one we just finished was the French battleships, and now we're on to the Russian destroyers. So one of the things that I wasn't expecting, I was expecting kind of these Tier 5 to Tier 7, Podolsky at Tier 5, known for not being that good, the Nevy at Tier 6, same thing, and Minsk at Tier 7, kind of being a dread for many people. I think this is the most fun ships that I've played in a long time, and it has completely surprised me, and the Minsk, I think, was a blast. I've actually enjoyed the Minsk more than the Ognivoy at Tier 8. There are many games where I have said, quote, I wish I had the Minsk in Ognivoy matchmaking compared to the Ognivoy, because I had so much fun with this ship because of just how the playstyle is, I guess, kind of unique and kind of just fun. You just kind of run and gun all the time and just end up having a ton of damage at the end of the game. We got through the ship extremely quick as well. But this is basically the worst nightmare you could ever have. Minsk at bottom tier, 6.8 kilometer detection. You're out detected by both the DDs. We're going against a Cossack as well as a Cossack as well as an Akatsuki. So the closest DD we're going to ever find is at 6.3, and that's going to be kind of a bummer, especially going against a Jean Bart, Neptune, Amagi, stuff like that. That'll just beat me up. But the thing I love about these ships is just how fast and how kind of just fire all your guns, do tons of damage you can do with this ship, and I absolutely love it. And one thing I kind of did a lot with this ship is acted like a fast scout. I would gladly trade 2, 3, 4,000 HP of my health pool at the start of games to actually get a kill on a DD. I would gladly do that, because what you have to end up doing is so many DDs outspot you. Just like this Cossack, he was going to push into the smoke expecting for me to do this, but I would gladly trade my my life pool to be aggressive and spot these DDs, because since they're going to outspot you by so much, you basically have to take some fire just to get close enough. So first blood, I don't even know how many first bloods I got with these DDs, because I would take that early trade of 3, 4, 5k out of my health pool to then just get that kill and help my team get that early advantage. On a 2 DD game, I'm a DD in the fact that I can cap relatively easily, because I'm, as you see, he was charging me with smoke, but of course we're not going to sit and smoke. And just being aggressive, I really, really enjoy that. But first blood already, 3 base defends, and we got that first kill, so that's awesome on a DD. That is going to out detect me by a whole bunch. Oh, I have hiccups. Oh man. But the thing about this ship is that I think I shot I shot the guns all the time, and I absolutely love that. I treated the Podolsky, I said, it's like a tier 5 Kappa. The Minsk is like a tier 6 Kappa. I think a lot of people really dislike this ship, and the fact that compared to the Leningrad, it's just not as good. Leningrad's stealthier, has longer torps, basically the same kind of gun setup, but overall, it's just, this one was all about positioning. I have kind of talked about how this line is a bit more of a advanced line, and what I mean by that is that you really kind of have to get into a situation where you can know when to fire using land as your cover, and then really just you need high map awareness to make this line be extremely effective. And by doing that, you can get into spots where you can basically kind of farm. You'll even see that in a little bit, where me and our Kutuzov on our team kind of having a jousting of like, no, you spot, no, I'll spot, no, you spot, I'll spot, because we both want to farm. And that's what you do so much with these, because a high rate of fire, good fire chance, is something that is just awesome, especially as a destroyer. Now the Jean Bart is a little scary right here. I get a little bit too close, thinking I have that 6.6 kilometer detection, but we have that smoke, and I kind of want him to shoot anyway, because if he shoots, then I can just farm him and smoke, and there we go. That's what I want right there. So that's what I would do a lot, is I would wait for battleships to shoot, or wait for them to get spotted by something else, and just absolutely punish them with the good old Russian DD farm with I think it's right about 5-second reload right now. Is you just get in there, and those 130 millimeters will chunk any superstructure. You can even, the AP was pretty solid too, and then we'll just start getting the fires on this guy. And then if he continues to push in, we do have those 4-kilometer torps. Range is pretty uneventful. They tended to be a bit more of a YOLO, we're going in for it, or they would end up being a bit more of a, I'm cutting away, I'll hit them as they come in. But if this guy would have pushed, if anything's within those range, that 4-kilometer range was 70 knots on the speed. We didn't take the upgraded torps because I figured the upgraded torps weren't as good. They're going to get hit. So there were plenty of games where we will absolutely shred stuff with those torps, because if they're within that 4-kilometer range, they're taking at least 1, probably 2, if not more than that, because 70 knots, good luck getting out of the way. But right now, this is a good Russian time. We got to watch out for the Neptune though, pushing around, and you'll see me having to go up and deal with him in a little bit. But this is something I would just do all the time right here, is get into a good spot and just absolutely farming. You have a decent range, but again, good rate of fire, good fire chance, already 3 fires on just this Jean Bart, up to 41k already. And it's not like he can just sit here and tank this all the time. He's going to have to move, and unluckily, our smoke is going to end up running out. But what we can end up doing is wait for him to fire again. There's another fire on him. We can get rolling and kind of get in that, pseudo, that typical Russian destroyer setup where you are firing as you're going away. Didn't really like the Alsace being there, but look at that, almost 100 hits just on that one smoke, and we're going to keep on rolling away. Don't really care too much about the torpedo load. We're not going to be using that too much, but we do need to worry about this this Neptune. I didn't realize that the New Orleans was that low, and this was basically timed as poorly as possible, is rounding this corner with a Neptune and having the New Orleans be on that point getting killed. Now, the New Orleans is bouncing a lot of shells, but that Neptune is within sonar range, and this is bad. I thought it was just dead. I thought it was dead right here. But again, being within that 4-kilometer range, usually if something's within that range, they're going to get hit by at least 1. And here you can see some more. Right now I'm actually in a pretty bad position, but he's going to take the 1, which basically kept me alive, and we were able to get this Neptune down. And as you can see, just chunking him down right here. There's not much you can do. Even if he smoked up, I'd spot him anyway. So down goes a Neptune. So far, we've killed an Atlanta, a Neptune, the Cossack in the middle as well, and we're juking these guys. So we'll go dark, wait to get reset. Actually, what we can do right now is we can just smoke up and do a ton of damage if I really want to. Oh, this was the Mexican standoff I had right now. So perfect situation. Alsace, Jean Bart. Easy peasy, right? We got more DDs and everything, but then I'm bummed out because no one's spotting them. I'm the Russian DD, and he's telling me to spot. No, you spot for me. That's what you do. You spot for me. As I say, he's asking me to spot. And that was my last smoke too, so that sucks. And but not much we can really do. All right, fine. I was like, dang it. Hopefully one of them will at least shoot for a bit. But none of them did. We probably don't have anyone that's even spotted right now. So I was like, all right, fine. RIP smoke. Effing chat, boys. Nothing we can really do. So we'll go do DD things. But still, working this. And we can really just kind of walk or kind of watch where these guns are too. Alsace guns are on me, so I'm not really going to be opening up right against him. So I'm going to wait for guns to get on a different target. And once they're on a different target, you bet your ass that the farm's going to be back on again. As you see, I think I'm even talking to chat there that if his guns weren't on me, or if his guns were on me, or were away, I would open up. But since they are not on me, or they were on me, I can't even think right now. Since they were on me, I wasn't going to open up. But one thing to kind of do is wait for this Jean Bart to shoot, or the Alsace to shoot, depending on what we're looking at, and then really just get some distance and start working out again. They're not known for being the most accurate ships, both of them. The Jean Bart having that ace up its sleeve with the reload booster, but still, his turrets are way on the other side. Nothing he can really do, so we'll just kind of force him to do some damage. And this is why I love this. I love this line so much. I didn't think I would like this line so much. I thought this line was going to be extremely weak. You don't have the torp range. 4 kilometers is almost nothing. But this line just absolutely, it's just such a bully line. Now, it is a bit more of a support DD, and what I mean by that is one thing I did a lot with the Podolsky is I would find a relatively stealthy destroyer, and with that stealthy DD, I would kind of support him, and then we'd get a kill early on a destroyer. So that would really help the team out a lot. Basically keep our DD alive, kill a DD, and that's a massive swing for the advantage on your team. But this is just being that Russian destroyer. I didn't really play this line that much, even on my main account, because I tended to play a bit more of the typical DD, German destroyers, USN DDs, Pan Asian DDs, where you're kind of focused on being like an anti-DD, good map control, good this. But as on this account, all we do is solo queue. This has been so much fun. And really, the Minsk is a tier 7 bully. Again, I enjoyed the Minsk way more than I did the Ognavoy. I'm really not even the Ognavoy's all right. I'm pretty harsh on the Ognavoy, but the Minsk, I would gladly play the Minsk over again compared to the Ognavoy at tier 8. We're still working through it. We're about halfway, I think through the Ognavoy right now. But I would gladly go through the Minsk again compared to the Ognavoy, because this thing was just so much fun. Not only does tier 7 have some of the best matchmaking, we won't even talk about that, but just this type of playstyle is just a lot of fun. Running and gunning, causing a lot of damage, really being a threat to the team, because I'm so fast. You can throttle jockey, which means throwing the brakes on a lot, speeding up full speed a lot. And if you're doing that, then you can really be a big threat against the team, because if they don't really deal with you, again, you're going to farm 85k plus off of them without them really ever being able to do anything. Like, we took our first big hit early in the game, and since then we've maybe took 3 or 4, maybe 3,000 damage, as Cleveland's starting to get his aim a little bit on me. But one thing I also noticed too with this ship is you just absolutely bully cruisers. If cruisers aren't paying attention to you, you can out DPS a lot of them, which seems kind of nuts. But still, having that 6.8 kilometer detection, you really do need to be a bit careful with where you go, location when it comes to these DDs, and it's all about just like knowing kind of where the enemy is, and if you know where they are and where you can approach them, especially other destroyers, like using the edge of islands to get within range. Because if a good Kosek or good Akatsuki player is playing that ship correctly, I'll just never spot them. I'll never spot them. I have to wait for them to make a mistake. If they make a mistake, then I can take advantage of that. And there's our poor man's Kraken right there. I can take advantage of their mistakes. But if they're playing them correctly, I have to either get absolutely aggressive or just kind of play it extremely slow. And with the Russian line, when are you ever going to play anything slow? So there's our 4th kill right there. Just kind of, even at bottom tier, being a top tier presence, and that is something I really haven't kind of seen. If I was like in a Mahan, we wouldn't have had that big of an impact on the game. If I was insert any of the tier 7 DDs, you wouldn't have had such a big impact at a bottom tier destroyer as I would have this game. Maybe we would have killed that DD a bit easier at the start, although he kind of fed right into the Russian destroyer gameplay. But this is kind of a league in its own for the kind of pressure it can pump out. I mean, with just guns only, we did 106k, kind of nuts, and we ended up killing the whole team. So overall, good credits, good XP. Look at that base XP for bottom tiered Minsk of 2,000 base XP. Lots of XP though. Helping that team kind of take it. We had a pretty good division right there, so they kind of helped us out as well. But 4 kills, 8 fires, we ended up hitting the 1 torp, which did help us against that Neptune, and really just overall just having a good game in general. But yeah, look at that base XP right there, 2,000 base XP, and then helping that division take it over. So top of the team at bottom tier Minsk, no big deal. But I'm loving the Minsk. I'm loving this line. Kind of running into a bit more of a bleh moment when I've gotten to the Ognavoy, but still having a lot of fun even with that ship. And this has been a massive. I'm surprised how much fun I'm having with this line that a lot of people would consider weak, and before I even played it, I would consider this line weak. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Minsk. Have you played it recently? What do you think? And do you think it's quite the bully DD as I kind of think it is? But anyways, guys, that's it for me for the Russian DDs, the tier 7 Minsk. That's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.